Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I saw the Fantastic Four first steps today, guys, and finally, after like 2 years, I've now seen a great MCU movie. The Marvels was okay. Deadpool Wolverine was really good, but not great in my opinion. I thought Captain America Brave New World was good. I thought The Marvels was really good, also in my opinion, even though I know a lot of people loved it. Just like I guess Deadpool Wolverine. But this movie rules. It's actually pretty damn good. However, if I rewatch it, I might like it even more because there's not a whole lot of bad things that stand out or things that really stuck out to me that bring this movie down for me. But there are some issues I do have with it, but it's not the biggest thing in the world. But guys, I'm gonna start off this review with my pre-rating score saying that the Fantastic Four First Steps is a great movie. Like I just said, guys, finally, after 2 years, we have a great MCU movie in my eyes. And almost 2 years exactly since I've seen a great superhero movie in general, I would say. The last great super movie I saw personally was The Flash. Everything after that, I just thought was okay, good, or just, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I love The Flash and I love Guardians 3. They both came out in 2023, so there's that. Even before that too, I haven't loved a lot of super movies this decade. I mean, 2021, yeah, I did. The decade started pretty strongly, actually, kind of. I mean, so far, my favorite super movie this decade has been, my favorite super movies, I would say, have been Spider-Man No Way Home and The Batman, and I guess the Snyder Cut, if you want to call it that. But anyway, this was still really good, though. So, jumping into the story without spoiling too much, it's basically them trying to save their world from Galactus, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Silver Surfer's there. It's not Norrin Rad. It's someone else, and yeah, I wasn't happy about that. But you know what? I liked the character in the movie, so it is what it is. And there's another aspect of the movie that I don't want to say. I mean, they do show it in the final trail, which I actually avoided. However, when I saw Superman, they showed the final trail in the cinema, and I was like, oh, damn it. Same for, what was it, Jurassic World Rebirth. I had no choice but to watch the final trail for Superman as well. But regardless, though, still, they did not show a lot, which I'm really, really glad of as well. And there's one character that they didn't really show at all, I believe. But he doesn't do much in the movie, I would say. But guys, the story is very simple. They just try to save the world from Galactus, and that's really all it is. And I feel like this is like a straight up adaptation of that storyline in the comics. I mean, I don't know if it's like faithful. I haven't read it, but the coming of Galactus, it might be an adaptation of that. I don't know. It just feels like that old school comic era. I don't know. And this had that very old school vibe as well, which I really, really like about it, I would say. So there's that. Now, going into the positives, the things that really stuck out to me, I mean, the acting was really good and I like the characters, but the family aspect is by far the best part about this movie. They feel like a family, the way they interact. However, I wish Ben and Sue actually had a little more like uh, scene together, like a little more dialogue together. Everyone else I felt like had an interaction with each other, but it was just them two now that I think about it. I mean, there was even one scene I believe in the trailer, but I think that was cut out. I don't know. But anyway, I wish they had a bit more like screen time, I would say. But guys, the family aspect of this movie works really, really well. I love the family aspect of this movie. It works extremely well to the point where you think these guys are family, and that's just something really, really special that we don't see a ton in super movies. I mean, people said the Thunderbolts, they feel like a family. I can see why, but here, these guys, they are Marvel's first family for a reason, and yeah, they are a Marvel family for a reason. They are family for a reason. So yeah, and they are Marvel's first family, and it's about damn time we got an actual good Fantastic Four movie. But now we have a great Fantastic Four movie, which is awesome because as much as I have nostalgia for those two Chris Evans films, because I was like in the era when the movies were coming out, I was like 5 when the first one came out, so there's that, and I believe I saw that in the cinema as well, so there's that. And I have nostalgia for those movies. They're okay. I can't really rate them that high and that low as well. But the 2015 one, oh my god, such a bad, crappy movie. I don't like that movie at all. But this one, they got it right. They got the family aspect down right, and they got a lot of other things right. Speaking of which, the action rules here. I mean, when there's action, it works. I mean, I wouldn't even call it action. It's just like like cool moments. But I guess you could say there are moments where characters do kind of like fight. I don't know. It is pretty cool, I would say. So there's that. And then what you ask for positives, the heart. There is genuine heart in this movie, and there's a scene in this movie that actually kind of made me feel a little bit sad. I don't know what it is. It actually kind of got me. I was like surprised by that. I was like, what the hell, Matt Shakman? What'd you do, man? How'd you make me feel? I wasn't thinking that now, but at that time. But now I'm like wow. Like props to the writers, which there were like four writers in this movie, which is crazy to think about. I kind of missed up on the credits, but anyway, still that's kind of crazy. Which speak of credits, the first post credit scene, I was a little bit underwhelmed by, but it is still pretty damn good. I would say second one is whatever. So there's that. But now we go into negatives, and these are the two things that if I had to kind of, I wouldn't say nitpick, kind of bring this movie down, this is what the two things would be, I would say. All right, so first up for negatives, it is a bit rushed. There's one aspect of the movie that I felt like they kind of like just skip through time and all that, and I did hear about that going into the movie. So there's that. But I'm not sure I copy other people, but I too also felt it was rushed. You know, there are times that, you know, I do really try and separate myself, but sometimes I can't help it. If someone says something and I agree while I watch it, but it's like, yeah, I actually kind of agree. But there are times I'm like, no, I don't agree with that aspect too. You know, like I know other people love Superman. I didn't love Superman, but still, this movie, guys, had that aspect where it did feel a little bit rushed in that first act, I would say. So there's that. Another thing, this is probably gonna surprise and piss maybe a lot of people off. It's not that funny. This is a Marvel movie that could have been really funny. There were some funny moments, but I wasn't like dying laughing, I would say. Like Guardians, the first Guardians, I still think might be the funniest MC movie overall. I don't know. Thor Ragnarok had better humor. Maybe even like Iron Man 3, you know, like Homecoming. I don't know. But this movie was not as funny as I thought it would be. But it's just very hard to write good jokes now, I feel like, in this day and age, and especially for like a movie like this. But guys, overall, I still had a really good time watching Fantastic Four First Steps. The more I think about it, I like it more, I would say. So there's that. But it's not like Superman, where I was a bit underwhelmed and disappointed by. Let's hope with a rewatch in the future that this turns out to be maybe top 10, because it's top 20 right now. And it's funny, on my MC ranking, it's like below the first Black Panther, but above Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Because originally both those movies were back to back, obviously, and then this is now in between, because Wakanda Forever, I like this more than Wakanda Forever, because that had like, that didn't have that good pacing. It was just a long film as well. And the first Black Panther, I just prefer Killmonger more as a villain overall, compared to Galactus. And Galactus, I wish I had a little more scenes, but that's not like a big problem for me, I would say. But guys, overall, I still really love the movie. I wouldn't say I really, really loved it. I just love the movie overall. But guys, guys, overall, as a final score, I'm going to give the Fantastic Four First Steps an 8 out of 10. It's really good. I do recommend it. And yes, now we have a great MCU movie, and I'm looking forward to the rest of Phase 6, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars. Who knows what that untitled Marvel movie is in July of 2027. I really hope it's Doctor Strange 3. If not, I hope it's like something that's important and not like Thor 5 or something like that. But guys, Phase 6 is up to a great start. Matt Shakman, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he did it with WandaVision and he did it again here. So go see it. I'm sure you'll like it. Next up, in terms of reviews, there's nothing coming out until October that I'm actually interested in seeing. I mean, I still have not seen Ballerina or Snow White, even though, yes, I did hear Snow White was really bad. I still do want to give it a chance. I give Morbius a chance, so I'll give Snow White a chance, okay? But I don't know how that turned out, so there's that. But Ballerina, I actually still do really want to see. But yeah, I've seen everything else. Thank God for that. I mean, Mortal Kombat's the next movie I want to see. It's Mortal Kombat, Frankenstein for Netflix, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Knives Are Free, aka Wake Up Dead Man, and then Avatar Fire and Ash. So there's that. There might be something else. I don't know. I would think I'll see. But also, Hunter x Hunter Season 2, I might finish tomorrow, and I'll put up a review for that. So there's that. But guys, that's all I have to say for this review. What do you guys think of the Fantastic Four First Steps? Also, I'm curious to know how much money this movie makes. Let's see. Superman's obviously making money, but let's see how much this makes. I mean, it all depends on the opening weekend, right, guys? So there's that. I mean, if this movie makes 500 million, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. But if it makes 700, I'll be even more happy, because it's nice to see something do well and that you actually like generally like. So there's that. But guys, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.